Now, I'm finna talk a little bit about and give my review on episode 3 of House of the Dragon. Second of his name is what they call. Now, let me just say this episode was pretty good and crazy at the same time. But first of all, before I even say anything about it, let me say Game of Thrones and its incest is off the charts. I would say so. This episode takes place 3 years after episode 2, where the king he done married her best friend, his daughter's best friend slash love interest. He done had a son, and his wife is pregnant as well with another child. So, and the son he named the son Aegon. Second of his name, that's where it come from. And they having this feast and a hunt to celebrate his second birthday or something like that. And it'll have King or Crab Feeder, whatever his name is. And none going slash love interest at that. And to strengthen their legacy and protect their legacy. You know, and this Jason Lannister, he trying to let me just say this. Otto is one of the biggest, stupidest, nastiest people I've ever seen. First, he was trying to tell him, I don't, I don't know. Otto has been doing some stupid stuff. I'm thinking about the Valerian. Um, Valerian tried to marry his the king off to his daughter, and now Otto in this episode told the king he should marry Rhaenyra off to her younger brother Aegon. I said, if this doggone show in all its incest and excellence, well, maybe they shouldn't have been in the same sentence, but they talk about this, they doing this feast and doing all this and doing all that. Damon and the Valerians are still fighting the crowd feeder after 3 years, and um the king sent a letter to Damon saying that he was gonna offer some help after so many attempts of his court trying to get them to help Damon. Um he eventually said he was gonna send ships and stuff to help Damon. But Damon got so mad when he read this letter that he beat the messenger near half to death, and he went like he was gonna surrender to the crab feeder. And when I said Damon did some of the best fighting I done seen in this show, he was fighting better than Jon Snow. He was fighting better than anybody I done seen on the original Game of Thrones. And doggone, when they thought they had him, and all the doggone the crowd freed of soldiers had Damon surrounded. Then the son of Sir Valerian, you know, no, is it Sir Valerian? Um, yeah, Sir Valerian, his son, who is also a Targaryen too, came in with his dragon, and shooting and blowing fire on all of the crowd feeder men, and they soldiers started marching in, and Damon looked at the crowd feeder walking to the cave. He went in there behind him, and a few minutes later he came out, had them cut the crab feet half in two. So Damon just needed to hear word that his brother was going to send back up, and that made him so angry that he came up with a plan, and they defeated the crab feet. Now, this episode had a lot more going on in it, but this episode was real good. I ain't even gonna front. Do I think it was as good as the second episode? It might be. It might be. I don't know because I gave the second episode 10. Let me see. From all the things that were going on, from them introducing Jason Lannister to seeing the interactions that the king is having with his queen, Lady Allison, and to see they got a son and she pregnant again, and how the relationship is strained between the king and his daughter, and also Lady Allison, because she feels like, because Rhaenyra feels like she's being replaced. Which, tell the truth, even though um he said that he ain't gonna replace her. You know he gonna replace her. And yeah, and Otto, he just trying to find any kind of way to strengthen his family. Cause bear in mind, um, the king trying to marry. I mean, Otto is trying to marry Rhaenyra off to her own brother, which is the king's son, but also Otto's grandson. So he trying to strengthen his family. He don't care about no nasty incest and all that. He Otto is power hungry. Okay, and they did, like I said, Damon and the Valerians took over the Stepstones and all of that, I'm just looking on Rhaenyra and Sir Cole. I'm kind of liking that bond that they having between them. That's who I want her to be. That's who I want to see her with, right there. I want to see her with Sir Cole. But this episode was great, and let me see. In my score, from out of 10, I will give this episode a 9.5. It was not, in my book, as perfect as the last episode, but it was still a masterpiece. This episode 3, second of his name, I give a 9.5. Episode was great, and I'm gonna watch the next episode, King of the Narrow Seas. See, probably tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it before episode 5 comes out. But yeah, this episode was great, and I can't wait to see what the next one is about. So like, comment, and subscribe for more. I did do a reaction to the first episode. I'm trying to find a more progressive and confident way to do reactions to these videos and be able to put it up on YouTube, because sometimes I'm not talking while I'm watching the show, and it's kind of, you know, boring to say the least, to just sit there and watch me and I ain't even talking. But yeah, like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Peace.